You're listening to Confessions of a Counselor podcast. Here we will talk all things mental wellness. Hi everyone, it's Janice here and welcome back to Confessions of a Counselor. This week I thought we would continue on talking about relationships. So last week I was giving you resources from Dr. John and Julie Gottman and how we can apply that to our relationships. And this week I thought we would talk about love languages and how we can integrate that learning into our relationships and how this can show up. So as we're navigating relationships, one of the biggest things is to remember that we are not alone in our relationship. So there is someone else on the other side of our relationship experiencing and having experiences of this relationship. So it's really important to understand how we are experiencing one another and how we're showing up within relationship. And so one of the kind of simplest tools to use is to notice, when does my partner feel loved and appreciated? And I find that understanding the love languages kind of gives us this very basic understanding of how to understand our partner and that they might have a different experience than us. So that we can start these conversations of what is your experience of this relationship. So again, you can find the resources for the 5 love languages. However, the 5 are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So these 5 love languages kind of break down someone's experience of love. So do I experience love by words? Do I experience love through action? Do I experience love through receiving of attention, time, gifts? Do I receive love through time spent with someone, or do I feel love through intimacy and touch? So again, these are very basic. Some will argue that the love languages don't have any scientific proof behind them, that perhaps they're not evidence-based. But what it does is it starts to take us out of our experience of the relationship and realize that there is another partner in this relationship and that they have an experience of it too. So perhaps they're experiencing similar things or different things to us, and we can start to have conversations around what does this mean and how do we want to show up for one another. And this starts that conversation of, how do I want to be in relationship and how do we want to be together? And this starts to build that fondness and admiration that we were talking about last time, and makes problems feel more solvable when we can start to notice that our partner has an experience and I can listen to that, and that it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm doing anything wrong. It just means that we're 2 different people with 2 different sets of needs and 2 different desired outcomes. But perhaps we can get those desired outcomes to be the same. So I really like the love languages because it's a really great place to start some of these conversations. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Confessions of a Counselor podcast is available anywhere you like to listen to your podcast, both on Apple and Android. New episodes will be released every Friday. If you enjoyed this podcast, please feel free to join the conversation. Leave a review or subscribe to the podcast hosted on the Anchor app. All these details can be found at janicelyons.com. Until next time, take care.